All right, good morning. Uh, this is a Macanudo Inspirado. It's really good. I really like Macanudos, period. I haven't had a Macanudo that I did not like. Yesterday I smoked what the hell was that one? Hampton Court, Macanudo Hampton Court. Macanudos, man, I like them. For me, never go wrong with a Macanudo. There's other stuff I like to try, there's other things I get in the mood for, but never go wrong with a Macanudo. For me, to my taste. All right, so let's talk about the flu, the deadly flu virus. I'm better than 100%. I'm better than I was before I had it. And I would credit that to the feeling better than to that liposomal vitamin C. I've been busting out now between 6 and 9 grams of that a day, throughout the day. Either 2 servings, one in the morning, one in the evening, or morning, noon, and evening. And yeah, that's a hell of an antioxidant, and at that dose, I definitely feel invigorated from that shit. So, I still need to remain sequestered. I can't really go anywhere for fear that I don't know how this thing works. You know what I mean? I don't want to give anybody else. I don't know if I won the genetic lottery in this regard, or if it's based on, I just have a really strong immune system, which makes sense, with my work. I was getting cut up for ever and ever, decades, and getting all kind of grease and shit in my cuts, never being a problem. And being in the gym, decades, one of the dirtiest places you can be. No slight to any gym, it just literally, it is. You really think about it. Or maybe I'm just lucky. I don't know. So I'm grateful and thankful anyway, believe that. The point is, I don't know enough about this thing, so I don't want to, I'll follow through with the required isolation for the 10 to 14 days, whatever the hell it is. One reference is 10 locally. And actually, the CDC now is saying 10. 14 is better, but 10, they all agree 10's okay. So either way, I'm going to follow through with that, because I just don't want to have, I don't want to go out there and expose other people that may not be as fortunate as I am in this regard, just because I haven't gotten really sick from it. I had a couple shitty days, and I experienced some symptoms. I experienced it impacted my senses of smell and taste, and I had a little bit of like gravelly throat maybe, and the main thing I had was a little disorientation and fog, brain fog, and a lot of fatigue. That was the main things I had, and it was pretty bad for 2 days. It was pretty bad, it really was. Third day, getting a lot better, and now I feel great, like I said. But that doesn't mean it's going to affect everybody that way. There are people out there with compromised immune systems who may not even know it, or whatever other kind of thing, or maybe it's just a genetic lottery, man. I don't want to be responsible for making anybody else really sick and miserable, so I'm not going anywhere. I'm bored to shit here, because there's a lot of stuff I can do. I'm trying to do some things, get things accomplished, but the part of knowing I can't go anywhere, feeling obligated to stay here, is what really makes me cabin feverish and makes me want to get out and do something. Whereas if it were just completely by my own choice, I don't really mind being a homebody. You know what I mean? But feeling that, psychologically, feeling that I can't go anywhere makes me want to go somewhere. Of course, I'd love to go riding. What do you guys think about that? If I went out riding, rural environment, there are ways that I could go, paths I could take, routes I could take, where I wouldn't even see another person, I mean, from a distance maybe. But it's all rural, farms, such like that, woods, and I could ride for hours if I so chose and not encounter a red light at all, a traffic light at all. You know, so to me, I think riding, that's pretty social distanced, you know? I don't know. So I don't know if there's any harm or risk involved in that. What do you guys think? What's your opinion? Now, of course, Rob's got it now. He was tested the other day. It hit him a lot harder, which is kind of surprising. He has the cold chills, the fever, headache, brain fog, fatigue. I think that's about it. Dizzy. It hit him a lot harder and for longer. I think today he's feeling a little bit better, but he had probably 4 days. 3 out of the 4 where he was feeling really bad. He had a lot more symptoms than I experienced. I mean, he gets it together and comes out here. We can work on his bike. That's a lot that we could do. So that's what's up with that. On another front, there's 2 different bikes that I'm looking at, but the problem is I can't physically go look at them. One I already saw. I saw one a couple weeks ago and looked at it and debated on it. Burl saw it. It's a good bike and be a great bike for Burl. A beautiful motorcycle, beautiful bike. So, I don't know. That guy might be able to get him to actually deliver it even, because it's on a trailer. It's in an enclosed trailer. And it's not that far. And I think we're at a place, price-wise, where I'm thinking it's a good investment. And I got another one that would probably be either to flip, do a little bit of this and that to it and turn it over, or ride it for the summer, or whatever, a big twin. I got another one on the line. But I want to go and look at that. It's not that far from here, but again, social distance thing, sequestered, I can't go do that. Thing with bikes, and this second bike, a couple of Dave's brothers, Dave, who's passed away now, been gone now about 2 years, I guess. A couple of Dave's brothers turned me onto this bike, hooked me up with this other one, this big twin, which I greatly appreciate. And that's going to be another subject we need to talk about, a memorial run that's in the works for Dave this year. Talking about bikes, when you buy a bike, I don't want to get into any motorcycle where it's not worth what I paid for it. I don't want to have a motorcycle taken into my possession. And the object is and cars are the same way, I treat them the same way. The object is for it to never be worth less than you paid for it. Or not even just worth. People attribute various values to various things. Sometimes it's subjective. People think their shit's worth a lot more than it actually is, unless you find another person that agrees it's worth that. So it can be a subjective thing, but I like to go in and get something where I'm not going to lose, where it's like an investment. I can get my ride out of it, and I could always sell it for at least what I put into it. And that's in disregard of whatever I spend as I'm riding it. Because I'm riding it, I'm contributing to additional mileage and wear and tear on the thing, so I'm just doing the upkeep. And I will improve things some, but That's why if you're looking for a bike, I'll tell you right now, you can always get a hell of a deal on these big fat tire choppers because, again, just go on Craigslist, you can see a bunch of them on there. Guys buy them. People that have money, they buy them because they've been watching a lot of Sons of Anarchy or whatever, and they see it and they're like, oh wow, that's gorgeous, and it's got a fancy paint job, big fat tire, a lot of chrome. And I'm not saying that these are the only people that buy these bikes, right? I have a big fat tire bike, but they buy these bikes, and these people pay a lot of money for these bikes, man, a lot of money. And then most of the time, the kind of people I'm referring to, they find out they can't ride that son of a bitch. That's a little more to it. And these are usually people that they don't have another bike or any other thing. They just want a bike and they buy this bike and they're turned off or put off to it because it's not what they thought it was going to be. And you'll see them. You'll see these bikes on Craigslist. And when they sell the bike, you'll see these bikes are $6,000, $7,000 they're asking. And they've got like 2 or sometimes 3 times more than that they paid for it. And they put very little mileage on them. You can recognize them easily because it's a low mileage thing. They got real low mileage on them. There's several on there right now. You still have some people that do ride them, and they sell them for, they're asking 16, 17 grand for these things used. And but my point is, if they can get that for that bike, 16, 17 grand, good on them. But I'm telling you, if you're interested in something like that and you don't have a lot of money to put out, it's not a bad idea to maybe look at some of these bikes that you can pick up for $5,000, $6,000, and it's like a pile of $20,000 worth of parts in that bike, to put that bike together. It's like my bike. I have so relatively little in that motorcycle that it'll always be at least worth what I have in it, at least, if I were almost giving it away. But I think that's a good angle to go from. And then again, you can always find a Sportster. Sometimes find them reasonably priced, older ones, and I like the older ones anyway. I'm not a Sportster guy, but a lot of people are. Or sometimes you can find these big twins that have a lot of miles on them. Now, if it's an Evo Evolution motor with a lot of miles, what's a lot of miles? If it's an Evo with 40,000 miles on it, that's not a ton of miles on an Evolution motor. Now, this could piss some people off, and this is just my opinion. Okay, you're happy. It's good if you disagree with me or you prove me wrong because you got one with more miles and it's an awesome cream puff, then that's good. Good for you. Good on you. Personally, me, if I see a twin cam with 40,000 miles, 50,000, 60,000 miles, nah. That's a bike now that's worth probably $3,000 because somebody's gonna have to take that motor apart. It's a lot of miles for a twin cam motor. So I'm sure people are like, well, that's they're better motors. They're this, they're that. I've been turning wrenches all my life. All my life. It's what I do every day for a living. That's my opinion. It's my opinion. Don't mean to offend anybody. I have a twin cam, for God's sake. But my next bike will not be a twin cam. I'll tell you that right now. I won't buy another one. I love this bike. I'll never get rid of it, but I won't buy another twin cam. And I can't afford a Milwaukee 8 yet. They're still too expensive. Oh, all right, real quick. Battery's, of course, going dead, so let me see if I can squeeze this in. David King, Memorial Run. Putting together a memorial run, myself and a couple of Dave's brothers. And I already have several stops along the route that are old haunts of Dave's where he used to hang out at. So we're going to plan this out, and it's going to take place this summer. And we're going to have patches made up in memory of patches. It's just going to be a good time, a fun ride with good food, and we'll meet back. We'll start out from somewhere, maybe even potentially here, I'm not sure. We'll start out from somewhere and we'll meet back up at the end of the day there. and we'll have some live music, and we'll have food. So, you know, I'm not trying to make it an enormous turnout. It's already going to be a decent amount of people. But anybody that knew Dave is interested, contact me, get in touch with me. If you know the other people I'm referring to, Dave's brothers, get in touch with them. If you want to help organize any of this, get in touch, email, whatever. And you know, if you knew Dave, and you know you cared about Dave and loved Dave, don't let any nonsense keep you from becoming involved or participating if you would like to. It's to honor Dave. You know, all other he said, she said, grade school bullshit aside, which if you know me, and there are people that think they know me, but they don't know me. They knew me for 5 minutes out of my life so far. I'm not affected by that kind of shit. I don't care about that shit. I don't care about, I don't care about he said, she said, stupid bullshit. I don't care about that. You know what I mean? If, if maybe you think that I don't know, that I'm not always the greatest person, that sometimes I lose it, or sometimes I'm a little too aggressive, or sometimes I'm whatever the fuck. I'm not perfect. Human being, flawed just like everybody else. I try. I'm trying. Believe me, I know what I need to work on. Trust me. I've paid. I paid the price for some of the shit that I've done. I'm trying to work on shit. Trying to get better. So push all that aside. This is what matters. It's a thing to honor Dave. And I have respect for that, for anybody that, cares to get involved. Reach out. Don't let nonsense stop you, and get involved. Let's celebrate Dave's life, and break some bread, and ride together, and just have a nice, sunny, beautiful day. Good day of riding and camaraderie and brotherhood, sisterhood, and just celebrate what you knew of the man. So I guess that's it for right now. So that's what that's about. I'm just here tonight. I'll probably will video, maybe some benching. I have a couple things I want to talk about as far as bench press and chest development goes, and strength development in that regard, that I do that's maybe a little bit unique for some people. And again, it's one of those deals. If you already have the ideal workout for you, then you're doing everything you need to do. You're good to go. But if you're interested, then tune in and check it out. Other than that, it's supposed to be 80 degrees today. It's just an incredibly gorgeous day. So you guys take care. Go out and enjoy the weather if you're at home or you have the opportunity. Take care and have a great day.